There lived a mysterious figure known only as the Invisible Rider. No one knew their true identity or appearance, for they were said to be invisible to the naked eye. Some believed them to be a myth, a mere legend whispered among the townsfolk on a quiet evenings. Yet the tales of the invisible rider persisted, for their presence was felt through the enchanting stories that magically appeared overnight, scattered across the town square, pinned to trees, and tucked into the corners of the local bookstore. These stories were filled with wonder, adventure, and heartache, weaving a tapestry of emotions that captivated the hearts of all who read them. Among the avid readers was a young girl named Lily, with eye filled with curiosity and a heart brimming with imagination. She devoured every tale penned by the invisible writer. Each story transported her to distant lands and introduced her to characters she could only dream of meeting. One crisp autumn morning, as the golden sunlight bathed the town in its warm embrace, Lily decided to embark on a quest to uncover the truth behind the enigmatic invisible writer. Armed with nothing but her insatiable curiosity and a tattered notebook, she set out to unravel the mystery that had captivated her imagination for so long. Her journey led her through winding cobblestone streets and past quaint cottages adorned with colorful flower gardens. Finally, she arrived at the outskirts of the town, where a dense forest stood tall and imposing, its branches reaching towards the heavens like gnarled fingers. With a hesitant breath, Lily stepped into the shadowy embrace of the forest, her heart pounding with anticipation. She navigated through the maze of trees, following a faint trail of breadcrumbs left behind by the invisible writer's stories. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the forest floor, she stumbled upon a clearing bath in moonlight. At the center of the clearing stood an ancient oak tree, its gnarled branches stretching skyward like the fingers of an old sage. Beneath its twisted roots sat a weathered desk, upon which lay an inkwell and a quill, shimmering with an otherworldly glow. Lily approached the desk with cautious reverence, her eyes wide with wonder. Could this be the sacred sanctum of the invisible rider? She dared to believe it was so. With trembling hands, she picked up the quill and dipped it into the inkwell, her heart pounding in her chest. As if guided by an unseen hand, she began to write, allowing her imagination to flow freely onto the blank page before her. Hours passed in a blur as Lily lost herself in the act of creation, the words pouring forth like a rushing river. She wrote of brave knights and fearsome dragons, of lost civilizations and forgotten magic. And as she wrote, she felt a presence beside her, as if the very air itself had come alive with the spirit of the invisible writer. When at last she finished, she looked down at the page, her breath catching in her throat. Before her lay a story unlike any she had ever written before. A masterpiece that seemed to shimmer with an otherworldly light as she gazed upon her creation. A voice spoke softly in her ear, a voice that seemed to echo from the depth of the forest itself. You have unlocked the magic within you, young one, it whispered. You are the true invisible writer, for the power to create lies within your heart. With those words, the presence faded away, leaving Lily alone in the moonlit clearing. And though she knew that her journey had only just begun, she felt a sense of peace wash over her, knowing that she had discovered the greatest magic of all, the magic of storytelling. From that day forth, Lily continued to write, her stories weaving their way into the hearts of readers far and wide. And though the townsfolk never did uncover the true identity of the invisible writer, they knew that their tales would live on forever, whispered among the pages of history like a cherished secret, waiting to be discovered by those with the courage to believe.